Good afternoon, USJ Blue Jays fans, and welcome to the first episode of the USJ Women's Basketball Report. My name is Josh Ingham of USJBlueJays.com, and today I have the pleasure of being joined by second-year head women's basketball coach Wendy Davis. Coach, second year at the helm here at USJ. Kind of got put in a tough situation, jumping right on board last year, first day of practice. But it's been about 2.5 weeks of practice this year. What have you seen from your team so far, and what do you like?
There's a lot of things I like about it. We have 7 returners back, so we have 9 new players, 2 new coaches, 2 new managers. So basically it's an entirely new group in the gym, and I see a lot of good things. The energy level, the effort, the enthusiasm this year is 100 times more than it was last year. So I'm really looking forward to this season, and I think the 7 returners, they endured a lot last year, and so I think they're excited for this year as well.
You mentioned the filled out roster size of 16 players in total, seven returners, 9 newcomers. Kind of what went into recruiting this year in the off season, and how are you able to really fill out that roster this year?
Yeah, well, as you said, I got here late last year, so it was slim pickings, honestly, because a lot of the recruiting was already completed. So I tried to scramble as much as I could, basically in March, April, and May, to get people that haven't committed yet. So, a lot of the kids that came in didn't have a home yet. So I got lucky and got a lot of bodies. And now this year I'm obviously starting my recruiting earlier, so things are going to be different for next year's team as well. But I was just excited. I think the fact that we went co-ed has certainly helped with my recruiting.
Awesome. We've had 2 scrimmages, 2 exhibition games, early on this year with the home opener coming up tomorrow. But talk a little bit about those 2 scrimmages. What'd you see from your team? I know it's early on, still kind of working out some kinks, but anything you've really liked from your team so far in those scrimmages?
Absolutely. I mean, we talk about the 3 E's: energy, effort, enthusiasm, and they were there both scrimmages. I see a lot of good things. Communication is always still an issue. But we played very well those 2 games. We have a lot to work on, but by the same token, we don't really want to be playing our best basketball tomorrow anyway. It's always a challenge to not peak too soon. So the fact that this team is very coachable and they're willing to get better, they want to get better and they're willing to listen is huge. So, we're not going to put forth our best basketball game tomorrow. I can pretty much guarantee that. But I think we're going to be better tomorrow than we were the first 2 scrimmages. And that's obviously the goal, is just to get better every game.
Yeah, a little takeaway I take, I guess, from, those couple tidbits. Not one senior on the team, a couple juniors sprinkled in, but a really young team. So it's exciting to be able to build off of maybe this year and keep going forward. But maybe with that inexperienced or younger squad, who are you going to lean on this year maybe for some leadership and some, direction on the court?
Yeah, well, we have our 2 captains, Raylyn and Shania, and they're tremendous captains, both on and off the court. They're just like the perfect captains. We are looking for Cheyenne Monet Smith to have another great year. Sylvana Barkham has done a great job over the preseason, really working on her body and coming back in shape. And she's a great shooter, and she's had 2 really good scrimmages. I'm also looking forward to Meredith Foreman, who's a post player freshman, Maddie McElroy, who's another freshman post player. They're really doing a nice job, and some of the guards that have come in are doing a really nice job. And it's just, we didn't have many post players last year, and now we have 6. So we're very excited about that. We're still a little vertically challenged, for sure, but at least we have post players, which we really struggled with last year.
Definitely always helps to have a nice, well-balanced team. You mentioned Cheyenne Monet Smith, really broke out kind of last year, not only offensively but defensively. Talk a little bit about her play last year and maybe what you're expecting, from her this year now as a sophomore.
Yeah, well, she had an amazing freshman year, and that's good and bad for her because now she has a target on her back. Now, every team that we play, she's going to be the number 1. We have to stop this player. So the other thing is I think this year we have more people that can score. So I think that the load hopefully is taken a little bit off her shoulders, so she doesn't feel like, oh my gosh, I have to score in order for us to win. So, her stats honestly might go down a little this year just because of the fact that we have more people to help her this year. But ultimately, I think that'll just make her a better basketball player. Just might not show it in the stats.
So last question, we got Nichols coming in for the home opener this Saturday. What are you looking forward? Maybe what are you looking to get out of your team, and what are you looking forward to most? Maybe just about opening the season tomorrow afternoon here in the O'Connell Center.
Well, we're at a point where they're tired of playing against themselves. The 2 scrimmages were great. They're just ready to get going. We're ready to get going. We lost to Nichols last year, I believe, by 3. And so the upperclassmen are aware of that, and they feel like they had a shot to beat them last year. And so now, again, with a whole different team, a little more skilled teammates now, I think they're excited, and I think that they feel like they possibly can win, which is huge, because last year we unfortunately went into a lot of games kind of knowing the outcome before it started. And I think this year they have a totally different mindset, and now they feel like they're going to be able to go into each game and at least compete, which is huge. It's going to be a confidence builder for them, I think.
Yeah, well, we are very excited as well. Again, as I mentioned, this Saturday, tomorrow, the women's basketball team will open the season, the 2019-20 season, right here inside the O'Connell Center against Nichols College with a 1 o'clock tip-off. Wendy, thank you so much for your time. Again, my name is Josh Ng of USJBlueJays.com, and we'll see you guys here tomorrow.